Okay, what's up guys, this is Darkbblue. Let's continue my story of learning to play Godfall like a master player. Still remember my last video where I provided a thorough guide for grinding a complete build? It's time to put it into practice. In this video, I'll tell a story about how I made my first build in this game. A quick reminder of where we left this story last time. During the campaign, I mainly used the Warhammer, especially its weapon technique and timing attack after the weapon technique. This, in my opinion, is easier than other weapons. And actually, I follow this method into early endgame. This is exactly my way of fight when I am grinding for my first build. But you know, enemies in endgame should be tougher, so I replaced my current weapon with Warhammer at max level and took some time to first fully upgrade it. So this counts as my preparation. I'm feeling more confident with this Warhammer to clear Brimstones. And now I need to find a build as my target. Yes, I copied build from other videos, but I think that's the way for a beginner like me. At this time, I have no understanding in how this game's builds work, so learning instead of trying blindly is the best practice. Anyway, I need a build, and my standard is easy. I can grind it. You see, there are 4 in-game modes in Godfall and they usually provide some mode specific drops. However, during my trying to unlock some shards, I already realized that I'm only able to clear Dreamstones now. So this build, every gear in it should be accessible from Dreamstones. In other words, no cursed gears, no dual primary gears, only ordinary ones. Except primal gears, I can replace them simply with normal versions. And my final choice is Hinterclaw critical build. And here's a brief introduction to this build. As you can see, the Valor Plate Hinterclaw is all about doing critical hits. So the first thing to do is to ensure high crit chance. So I use the Longsword Seath along with Ring Eye of the Dragon so that I can get greater Blast of Luck, which means giving me more crit chance bonus. And besides this, I also have as many crit chance secondary traits on my gears as possible. And after having enough crit chance, I can transform it into actual benefits. For instance, with Lion's Talisman and Augment Paradise, I can get my weapon technique charge back really fast with crit hits. And Duelist Amulets along with Void Shell give me survivability through crit hits. And of course, doing critical hits itself means doing more damage. And I can use Carnage and Doom Tech Shard to further bonus it. Okay, enough plans. It's time to actually grind something. As mentioned before, everything I need for this build is accessible from Dreamstones. And I should make full use of this mode, as in here I can customize the drop tendency. For example, at first I couldn't get my hands on any Carnage or Void Shell, and this was a big problem for me. But then I tried Legendary Augments reward and Legendary Critical Items reward and something like that. And this indeed made it much easier to get these 2 augments. In fact, the last piece I got for this build was Lion's Talisman. I did try Epic Charms, Epic Critical Gears and Epic Weapon Technique Gears, but I guess I was just not that lucky back then. Anyway, after about 8 hours, I finally had a full set of shiny gears. But sadly, I didn't have enough resources to upgrade them all, so I decided to run an ATOT. I didn't care if I couldn't make it to the top, I just wanted some money. And I stopped at around level 20. This was already to my surprise. I didn't expect to go this far. And what stopped me was not lack of damage, but lack of survivability. I was one hit killed by the Thrax in 2024. So after returning to my base, I not only had all my gears upgraded, but also made a small adjustment to my augments. I moved Carnage to the corner and put Void Shell in the middle instead, so that I could change some damage for more survivability. And then I went back to ATOT and I chose more survivability blessings as well. This time I got to the top easily, Really, I spent only 8 hours on my first build, and it was already enough to run the entire tower. But behind that door waited Solaris. This guy, it has a shield, and hits on the shield are forced to be not critical. So my entire build just suddenly stopped working. I might need to kill Solaris somehow, but well, I have to consider this boss in my future builds. Alright, this is the story of my first build. Everything I experienced after completing campaign till clearing my first ATOT was quite easy, except that Solaris. So I think Godfall has a relatively good difficulty curve, and in the meantime I did pick a suitable build for beginners. Okay, hope my story could give you some help when you are facing the same gaming stage as well. With my Hinterclaw build, I can now play Lightbringer and ATOT, so I can access more mode-specific drops like dual primaries and curse gears, and this means I can try more builds. Actually, I have completed several builds that I copied from other videos, as well as some builds out of my design. So next time we meet, I'll tell you my story of designing my builds. If you like my video and want to join me to enjoy the fun of playing games like a master player, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, see you around.